If you're a sales pro, then you may have a different way of organizing your leads in your sales pipeline. In this video, I simplified my sales pipeline in GoHighLevel, and I wanted to show you how it goes here, how I set it up. And of course, everyone's different. So however you have your sales pipeline or workflow of how you organize yourself, you can definitely make some changes. But I wanted to show you how I simplified mine. It could probably be even more simpler than this, but it depends on how you generate leads and things like that. So I wanted to share with you just some acronyms. Over here on the left hand side, we have opportunities, which is basically coincide where the sales pipeline is. It's for instance, there's a lot of different words that I feel like it's almost similar. It's the same thing. So opportunities, we have pipelines. The opportunities section has several opportunities. You can have different pipelines. And so in order to, right now I'm in this pipeline here. So anytime someone books a call, I have a new, or if a new lead comes in, maybe they're coming in from a certain place, or maybe they're going straight to book a call and they get added into this stage. So these are stages of how I work. So most of the time I don't have new leads, or if I had maybe an opt-in, I could have the leads go into a new lead and then send them a message, or they go really straight to booking a call. So if someone gets straight here to book a call, then like let's just say we'll have move low over here to call booked, and then if she didn't show, I could move into no show or follow up, and based on these stages, I could have automations trigger like a task for me to follow up in a week, or a task to mark the lead as no show. And if you watched my other video on automating your end of day or sales follow up, by actually just using a form instead of coming back in here and moving things, because after a lot of times you're either taking calls on the road, or I'm not always in my sales pipeline, or sometimes I just get distracted and forget to move things. I have another video that I show you how to just fill out the form, and it actually moves leads for you and for your sales rep if you have the automation set up. So wanted to share with you a little bit about that. But this is what I have here is, and again, like I said, I could be even simpler. It could just be straight book, call, no show, follow up, ghosted, not qualified, or sold, and you can move the card into different places. Now, if you want to change these stages, you can go to pipelines, go into that pipeline here, or when you create a new one, that's how you create them in the first place, is when is go in there, and these are how you set up the stages. I can move the stages up and down, things like that. But if you move things after you do the automation, that you may have to double check your automations. So make sure to have your stages all set up first before you set up your automations, because that could screw things up. So when you're starting a new pipeline, you name your pipeline, and then these are the stages. These visible funnel chart and pie chart are what is actually showing up. If you have these turned on, you can have those showed up in the dashboard and see how your leads are going through your pipeline here. So you can see if I wanted to turn on these stages so that they show up in the dashboard when you do your reporting. So also, if you click on bulk actions, you can see if there's anything happening there, but you're really never going to probably use that. And then you just have these two second areas here. There's a lot of really cool filters. So if you're using the same dash or opportunity sales pipeline and you have a bunch of users, so as you can see, my picture's right there is because I'm the user of that opportunity, that contact. And if I click on it, you can see the information here when you click on the opportunity card, and you can move the stages from here. You can see information. These are actually custom fields in here. So you can create specific fields in here. That's actually a whole nother tutorial I need to do on, and you could in a form update these opportunity fields. So depending on where the information is coming from, you can have that updated here on the card. Otherwise, it usually goes into the custom fields in the actual contact itself when you click on the contact, not within this opportunity card. So that can get a little confusing and a little more advanced. So If you want more information on that, if you want me to specifically do a video on how to add, specific information on the opportunity card, there's only specific, they started to update here where you have the opportunity source and the value. And then even if the call, like maybe you have a booked call, it might actually show the date here too. So they are starting to add and update things on the cards itself. But most of the information that you're going to want is when you click on the actual contact and you see their information there. So we went over the opportunities and the creating, pipelines and stages. But now what I want to show you is actually how to create the automation. So I want to show you a simple way to create automation. So if you move a opportunity or a contact, you move your leads across the stages, and you want to have specific things go off. I'll give you some examples of what could trigger things or what you might want to use. So if you click on create workflow and start from scratch, the trigger is going to be based on what you want to do. So if let's just type in opportunity. So there's a few couple things that you want to look at. Opportunity status change. So status change is going to be like you turn it from open to won or lost. So if you use that as a trigger, if it's won, maybe you want to send them a contract or you want to notify your team, something like that. So you can start that as the trigger, and if the status is changed. So you can select a specific pipeline, and so we'll pick that one pipeline I have, and then the status is moved from status. Maybe it's moved from open to won, or you can have it. You can pick any of these choices. Moved to a status or moved from a status. You have to be careful on like actually what I just said here. So specific things here that you can choose from based on the opportunity status has changed. Then if you wanted to do, let's see, oh, there's so many different options here. Like, oh, birthday reminders, contact created. Anyways, let's go back. Add new trigger. So let's see, opportunity created. So maybe a new lead is created and you want something to happen. Your opportunity is changed. Stale opportunity. That means if they're sitting in a stage and it's like been forever, right? Opportunity, stale opportunity. So like maybe you're in the pipeline and maybe it's sitting in that follow-up stage. Pipeline stage is follow-up. Like I want to make sure like its status is like sitting there like how long, right? Duration in days. Let's see. It's been in there for 7 days and I haven't moved it. I want that to trigger in 7 days. And if it's sitting in the follow-up for 7 days, to send me an internal notification to do something about it. Like I can send myself a text or an email notifying myself, hey, you got a new lead. This lead has been sitting there for a week. Or you can create a task for your team to manually like check on that client, right? So you can add a task to follow up, stale lead 7 days, and assign that to someone. So there's a lot that you can do. It's just a matter of like what you want to create as your cadence, right? So if another use case that I use a lot is the stage. So maybe the pipeline stage changed. So a lot of times what I'll do is like move them from new lead to a message. Like I want to move that pipeline stage to message sent. So what I could do is that if a client, if I move them to message sent, maybe I actually want to send them a text, and it will actually trigger the text. If I move them in there and sends them the message, we can have that happen as well, right? So we can put test here, and so if I move that contact into that pipeline, or I'm sorry, the pipeline moved it into that stage that I have set the trigger as a message sent, then it'll send the message right then and there, like right away. If you want to, a lot of times you want to probably even do a wait step. And a lot of times to be safe, I'll just put a 1 minute safety there, wait, because maybe I like move them in there and I'm like, I don't want them in there. I want them to send the text real quick. I move them on that stage on accident or something. So I usually put like a wait step just to make sure. And then I'll see, you know, okay, great, it went through. And then, of course, if you haven't watched my other workflow videos on how to see if there's something that happened or things like that, you can go to execution logs. If you do a test and they didn't move, you want to make sure that the reentry is on there as well too. So anyways, make sure always to save your work, click on the save button at the top right hand corner and name your workflows. But that is how you can create the automation to move things or have things happen. There's a ton of different triggers here to look at. And if there's something that you are like, I wish it could do this, I wish it could do that, let me know in the comments and I'll do another video about it and show you exactly how to do it, because there's so many different ways to do the same thing and get the same results. It's just a matter of really understanding how it works and how we can simplify what we do to and automate. Simplify to automate. I think I'm on to something. Thanks for watching this video again. Much love and aloha, and we'll see you on the next video.